Hi, Leo. This is Alex Angel, and I am here to bring you your Good Vibes reading. This is a reading, it's brand new, that I wanted to do to help with the enormous amount of fear and anxiety that the world is experiencing now, especially with the coronavirus pandemic. So I wanted to infuse some light, love, faith, and hope back into you all, anybody who watches this video, to help balance you so that you can move on in this world freely, especially without that fear, okay? Or with as minimal fear as possible, okay? For this reading, I'm going to place out one card as usually the theme, right? And that's coming from your Ask Your Guides Oracle cards. Then I'm going to lay out 5-6 card spread using these cards that I love, by the way, Tarot of Dreams. Then I'm going to follow up with 3 of the Healing with the Angels cards, God, Angels, Universe. We'll talk about what you could do and what part you can play to help yourself out. Then I'll pull 3 Energy Oracle cards, okay? I just completed Aries reading and we had a couple of cards fly out. So in some cases it's a 3-card spread. In some cases it's a 4-card spread. It just depends on what God, angels, and universe has in store for you guys. So yes, God, angels, universe, lovely stars. Please bless Leo with a good vibe reading today. Give them faith, hope, and love, and allow them to move freely through this world in peace and love. We thank you. We love you. Amen. Look at that. Grace. I love this. This card just brings me peace. As soon as I turn it over and I see the color and the card, it just brings me automatic peace. And I feel like, and I hope for you, Leo, that it has brought you peace as well. I mean, for a lot of you, you can instantly hear my tone has changed completely. And I feel like for you, Leo, you're needing this desperately. Even before all of this corona, you look at the Emperor just shot out. Good Lord. Even before this corona, Leo, I feel like a lot of you have been battling, right? A lot of you have been battling with, just certain things going on in your life. And look at that. There's your card. Just kind of certain things going on in your life, but mostly, that fight between heart and mind. And I feel like Corona just kind of came in and derailed all of that, right? So it's almost like you went from a tornado to a hurricane, which is crazy. You went from a tornado to a hurricane. So hopefully this reading, and based on what I'm looking at, hopefully this reading will provide you guys, let me finish my thought, provide you guys with, again, answers, and then also infuse you with light and positive energy to help you continue going through life optimistically. And again, if nothing else, moving through life balanced. That's the sole purpose of this reading, is to balance you guys out. Fear is the most powerful negative emotion along with hate, right? And I'm not trying to bring you guys to joy or happiness or bliss. My goal is to just get you guys back at 0, because 0 is balanced, okay? What I have been seeing is that this card represents the overall theme. This to me is your life. This to me is deep down inside, right? What's going on with you. And then these cards here have, you can't see. These cards here have summarized everything, and then also at the same time offered angelic advice, okay? Let me see if I can move that over. Okay, cool. All right, so Leo, what do we have going on for you? The Emperor, good Lord. Y'all came out, guns blazing, Jesus. And it's weird I say Jesus because, the Emperor to me is my God card, right? This is power. This is authority. This is thine will shall be done, right? And I feel like that, especially coupled with grace, you know, this is almost like a message from God himself, Leo, saying to you, listen, I'm first, right? My will is first. So for a lot of you, I feel like selflessness, you know, putting other people in front of you, putting other causes in front of you, you do it. You do it well sometimes. This is basically saying we need you guys to kind of quote unquote step up your game, right? To You're such a powerful sign, right? Especially being ruled by the sun. You're such a powerful, powerful, powerful sign. And I love especially that the strength card was here because I was just thinking about it, right? We would love for you guys to instead of taking the ego and the brute and the forceful strength of who you are, we would love for you guys to bless the world back with the kind and the gentle and powerful strength that exists inside of you, right? I can even hear some of you guys saying, well, that's exactly what I want, especially in my love life. I do want somebody who's strong. I do want somebody who's established. I want somebody who's going to love me, who's going to take care of me. You want that power, but the problem with power is that is in the way basically that you display it, right? It's the way in which you interact the world with it. Because you could be a really powerful person and be an asshole, right? Or you could be a really powerful person like Gandhi and give love and use your power or use the power of love. So I feel like this especially here with Grace as well, Leo, I feel like number one, I'm getting a lot of downloads at this time. Number one, angels are saying, number one, remember that you are this powerful being. That's number one. Number two, power does not always equate to brute and strength and force. Okay? And I feel like for some of you, that's become a way of life, is brute strength and force. Get it done. Carpe diem. Seize the day. Right? You go into like this warrior mode. I feel very strongly that with these two cards, the message is use the power of tenderness, use the power of gentleness, use the power of love. I feel like especially very strongly that that is what God, angels, and universe wants you guys to work on and work through and give out to the world right now. Even watching this video right now, start it right now, right? And the Two of Cups is sitting right next to the Emperor, right? Now, watch this, Leo. This is law of attraction, right? The twos. Send, receive, you know, cause, effect, you know. Y'all have heard me say before, all transactions within the universe are dual transactions. Send, receive, light, dark, left, right, positive, negative, okay? So this to me is almost like whatever it is that you put out there, you definitely will get back. Now, because this is a cups versus a wand versus a, sword, right? This is basically saying if you want it, if you want the love, put it out there and it will come back. Always remember, love could mean personal relationships, Two of Cups. Love could mean I'm giving love and I want to receive love, from a reciprocal standpoint, right? I want to be kind and loving to the world. I want the world to be kind and loving to me. Good luck with that. It can happen. But, maybe not the whole world, maybe some people or certain aspects. Absolutely. Absolutely and completely. Okay. Now, the other message that I'm getting for this card as well is angels want you to take a look in the mirror as well to see where the loving parts are inside of you. Where specifically are you giving love from? Right? Because once you look in the mirror, to see who you are and what you are giving, you will also understand why you are receiving what you are receiving. So this is a mirroring exercise, a duality exercise, Leo, that basically says, kind of getting back to old school golden rule, treat others as you want to be treated. So whatever it is that you're putting out there, are you getting back? Now, the Five of Swords, right? Sitting right next to the Three of Swords. And Leo, this to me is a reading, or at least in your life right now, this is talking about love and loving relationships, right? It looks like love and loving relationships because you got the Two of Cups and you got the Lovers. You could have had any other cups here and I would have said, okay, it may not be loving relationships, but because it was the Two of Cups, the Lovers specifically, that says to me, for a lot of you guys, love is still the priority to you. Relationships are still the priority to you. You're still struggling, number one, through them. You're still experiencing heartbreak through them. For a lot of you, it could come by way of the third party situation where it's almost like you keep getting kind of stabbed over and over again, right? Somebody kind of quote unquote keeps breaking your heart. Not only that, but what angels also said to me too is the 3-strike rule. Okay, 3 strikes, you're out. But for some reason, Leo, I feel like for some of you, you might have gone way beyond the 3-strike rule, right? And the Five of Swords represents, being kind of taken advantage of, being stabbed in the back, and, kind of people just kind of leaving you out in the cold, cutting you out, right? So I kind of feel like with this third party situation or whatever this heartbreak is, right? It's making you feel, or the individual in this situation is making you feel very isolated and, abandoned, if you will. But, if you look and see that these 2 swords are sitting in between the 2 love cards, it's almost like you keep giving them chances over and over again. Angels just said to me, oh, they're saying because they're in my heart. They're in my heart. They're in my heart. Okay, well, the same way they got in there is the same way they can get out of there. I'm just saying. Okay? And maybe it will take you, right? Watch this. Maybe it will take you kind of looking at your situation from a very loving standpoint, right? I'm in this situation. Am I being loved more than I am being hurt? Right? What's the dominant energy? If the answer is I'm being hurt more than I'm being loved, me personally, I wouldn't be in that situation. Okay? You gotta get something out of it. This universe is all about balance. So now if you said, well, Alex, I'm being loved and hurt equally, I'd be like, okay, that sounds like a standard relationship. Girl, get it, go on. Bye. Good luck. Right? That's a standard relationship. You're not going to have any relationship where you're not being hurt or challenged or bruised as in your ego or your pride or whatever the case is. It's going to happen. Okay? So now you're investigating and you're saying to yourself, okay, I can tell you right off the bat that you're being hurt more than you're being loved. Again, by these specific swords. Okay? If they were other swords, I'd be like, all right, Leo, maybe some of it's you. But no. This person or this situation is repeatedly betraying you. Okay? You can lie to me, you'll get a pass. Once you try to deceive or betray me, fuck a pass. Okay? Because that's homegrown. That's with intent to be negative. Okay? I can't fuck with you if that's you. And again, with these particular types of swords here, this says to me betrayal, betrayal, betrayal. Okay? Now, with the Lovers and again the Strength, right? I feel like maybe for some of you, you are seeing this person like they're your soulmate, they're your twin flame, they're in your heart. This is somebody I love very deeply. And Leo, I'm not taking that away from you. And if that's the case, I get it. I understand. Okay? But abuse is not okay. Abuse is not okay. And I don't mean physical abuse. I mean, it's not okay for them to just treat you like shit and just because they love you, right? It's not. Somewhere inside of you, you're going to have to find deep down inside the strength to care for yourself and love yourself more than anybody ever could. Okay? The beautiful thing that I love about these cards is that they have these palace cards, right? The palace cards are almost like your love life overall. To me, the palace represents the entire kingdom. Excuse me. So when it comes to the Palace of Cups, this is your love in the way that you give love and everything about you that is love, the source, where it comes from inside of you, right? How it comes through you, the ways in which you give it out, right? I'm thinking immediately of the 5 love languages. You know, are you communicative? Do you do acts of service? Are you affectionate? I feel like angels are saying inside of me, this person, I said the 5 love languages, and if you look here, it's the 5 of swords. So it's almost like this particular person or situation, it doesn't have to be a person per se, right, is kind of hurting. I really want to say destroying. I really want to say destroying the parts inside of you that give out and give away love. Okay? Now, let's take it on back to Grace. Okay? We need to get you back here, Leo. Look, yellow is your color, right? We need to get you back to the point where your palace is beautiful because you're all giving. Okay? Now, I'm not saying giving to who specifically. I'm just talking about those things inside of you that generate love and kindness and joy and whatever that is working properly, and you're now able to give it away freely, right? Because if you look at this card here and you go back to the original or the beginning of the reading, the lion, whatever. Okay, here it's a tiger. The Rider-Waite, it's a lion, but here it's a tiger. The world, right? If you even want to call this the negative side, the fiery side, the forceful side, let's call it the masculine side or masculine energy, right? Because it does tend to be direct and charging and courageous and all of those things, right? That needs your gentleness. And angels just said to me too, this represents a side of you, Leo, as well. Whereas you have been going through this situation for so long, so you could be hard and cold and short and biting and bitter and all of those things. And you need to tend and care to this side of yourself with this side of yourself, right? The queen or the mother energy, that mother figure, that nurturing, the softer side, the feminine energy, right? This is a card of duality, both masculine and feminine. I feel like for you, Leo, specifically, it's a time for you to adorn, take care of, love yourself. And I think from that, you're going to glow, as in this yellow color. You're going to glow and you're going to permeate, and you're going to, this energy will be available to the world and anybody who comes in contact with you. And always remember, guys, I am a student of the universe. I care about the universe, okay? I care about people individually, but ultimately, the life of this universe is what I care about. And Leo, you are a part of that life, okay? So now that we've talked about, as an example, a situation that you may be going through in your life, right? Now let's start talking about you specifically and you deep down, okay? Answered prayer, celebration, healing, and also miracles. This to me is law of attraction, right? You've put something out there, something will come back. Angels are saying, oh, they just experienced a victory, or they will experience a victory. And I remember from one of your previous videos is like, you finally healed. I think that was you, Leo. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, yes, you are turning over a new leaf. You are allowing, as an example, bygones to be bygones, right? And as a result of that, I feel like you will start to attract more miracles, right? More of your prayers being answered. Now, you'll say to me, well, what the hell does healing, or what does, cutting somebody off have to do with miracles and, answered prayers? And I would say to you very simply, Leo, you're no longer blocked, right? Just think about something. When we're in relationships, we all like uptight and angry, he keeps freaking leaving the toilet seat up and la la la. When you go out in the world, you're going out in the world with that emotion, right? So when you cut off, say for an example, when you cut off the source of your frustration, your anguish, your pain, the universe can show up because that drain is no longer clogged. So for you specifically, Leo, I kind of feel like if you have not been experiencing them already, you will have miracles and answered prayers coming in and reasons to celebrate because, baby, you have been healing. It's been a long process. I know that. I know it's been a long process, but you are finally starting to come out of it. Angels are saying to me, especially too, for a lot of you guys, you're starting to see glimmers of light and hope again anyway. And look at this here. I just really looked at this card, and this is the garden in the gate. This is, again, kind of going back to, metaphors or analogies. That lion who's been caged for so long, and now that the cage is open, he doesn't know what to do, right? He has that, what do they call it? That caged mentality. I forget the psychological term, but that caged mentality where basically, you don't know how free that you are. And angels are saying to me, they've been in this situation for so long. They've been in this situation for so long that it has conditioned them to sit tight and wait and not really exercise their freedom. Okay, I know a lot of us are on shelter in places, we're in quarantine, we're on lockdown. So I know for a lot of you guys, yeah, you do have to stay in place physically, but always remember that emotionally, psychologically, right, and mentally, you don't have to be caged at all, which is exactly what this card is representing, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, mentally and psychologically, you just kind of felt stuck. You felt stuck. You felt like you didn't have a lot of options. You felt like you didn't have anywhere to go, anybody to talk to, anybody who would understand. Leo, you're coming out of it, okay? You're not coming out of it until you step through that gate. Until you step through that gate. So it's really up to you just to take the first step. The universe is there. The universe is always going to be there. But it's up to you to take the first step. Woman holding a coin. This is my Queen of Pentacles card. So it feels like, for a lot of you, you could be prosperous, right? As in, once you come out of that gate, you're going to walk into nothing but opportunity, right? Because again, you got answered prayer and you got miracles here. So for a lot of you, yeah, this could be advancing in your career. I know it's tough right now, especially on our economy, but I feel like for you specifically, Leo, you're the golden child, right? As in, while the rest of us may be out here kind of falling to our knees, you still have your mobility, right? You can still like make certain moves and, kind of come upon opportunities that a lot of us, those opportunities may not be available to us. Woman of strength. There's your Leo card again. Sorry, Angel of Strength. There's your Leo card again. It's like this double strength, right? And the double strength to me just basically says, don't look back. Because every time you damn look back, you turn back. Don't look back, right? Not only that, if you need to apply any kind of brute force to something, right? Apply it to keep going. Apply it to moving on and moving forward. Okay? Now again, this is a card of duality, right? So apply the masculine side to moving on. Apply the nurturing and feminine side to I will find love. Everything will be okay. Girl, you're all right. You did it. Fella, good job. That was a real awesome thing that you did. Give yourself that love. Now, a lot of you, because I can hear this specifically, a lot of you want love from external sources. That is fine. But more so, there has to be internal sources of love as well. You have to feed yourself as well, right? You have to. Last card, rest and rejuvenation. Yeah, if you are on this long journey, there are going to be times where you need to rest and just take a breath. It may be times even to go over the past, but not go over the past to cry over it, to go over the past to say, okay, here's what I did right, here's what I did wrong. You know what? I'm not going to do these things going forward, and I'm going to keep doing these things that I got so right. Okay? So, Leo, this was a really, really good reading. Angels just, you saw me just pick up the card. They're bringing me back to grace. Not everybody achieves this, by the way. To me, this is the absolute perfect balance of these cards here. These cards here, right? The card of strength. Just that side of you, like on a seesaw, that part where you are evenly distributed, as an example, to me, that's grace. And for you, Leo, specifically, I feel like that's where you need to live. You guys are a fire sign and fire energy, right? So you burn out really quick. I get it. It makes sense, right? But you need to build some sort of mechanism where when you are burnt out, you're coming back and you're resting and rejuvenating and replenishing with the opposite substance, right? Fire, I guess ice, is its opposite. To basically, again, balance you out and bring you to the point of water. Ha ha ha. Anyway, I hope this helps, Leo. This is a really long video. But I hope this helps, again, when it comes to good vibes and, kind of strength and going forward and faith and love and hope. I feel like angels, God, universe have come through for you guys. And, if even in your solar plexus, you've made it to this part in the video, if you felt the physical change inside of you, yeah, sure, go ahead and leave me a comment, thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you. If not, I love you guys. I'm always praying and sending you guys love and light. Please continue to take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Love you guys.